24/7 Comfort on call.
Hello, Brad. What do you have for us today?
Well, Chris, how many times have we had this story on the bird flu?
Many.
Yes, which occasionally makes that jump to mammals. 48 different mammalian species have occasionally contracted, sometimes fatally. Just a few humans have gotten it so far, fortunately. But here is the latest headline. This one coming from the Associated Press. Found it last night. Dairy cattle in Texas and Kansas test positive for the bird flu. So here's what we know. Dairy farmers in Texas first became concerned about 3 weeks ago because the cattle started feeling ill. They kind of thought maybe they had colds or something. Milk production fell sharply. The cows were lethargic. They weren't eating much. Fortunately, it appears as though within 7 to 10 days, they recover on their own. But here's the other thing that they found. In unpasteurized milk, in the samples collected, the bird flu virus was also there. Now, fortunately, the milk is pasteurized. Any pathogens are killed.
Right.
And the USDA actually issued a statement to put everybody at ease.
Sure, because that's where everybody's mind goes.
Correct.
Right?
At this stage, there's no concern about the safety of the commercial milk supply or that this circumstance poses a risk to consumer health. But once again, this is that pathogen making the jump to animals. And
Evolving.
yeah, I see that there was also a goat that was infected in Minnesota a while back. And now they're starting to watch the cattle in Iowa. So keep your fingers crossed, okay? All right, let's move on. How about, remember back in November, the story about the astronauts that lost that bag of tools? In fact, we have the picture of the tool bag that was actually in front of the International Space Station.
Right.
And if you had binoculars, you could actually see that little point of light.
Yeah.
We finally find out how much that tool bag cost.
Oh.
Are you ready for this? $100,000 bag.
Does that come out of his paycheck?
It was a female astronaut, and she actually in the story she talks about how it was tethered, it was attached onto the space station because otherwise everything drifts away. And it kept getting in her way, so she kept nudging it while she was working, and it somehow became untethered, and that's how it drifted away. And then last but not least, this is great. Just last week, 2 weeks ago, excuse me, today, we brought you this story, the latest installment on these plant-based meat substitutes. We told you about Kraft Heinz debuting their Oscar Mayer not hot dogs and not sausages, including look-alike bratwurst and Italian sausages. Finally, we get some reviews coming in from bonappetit.com.
Wow.
They also produce the same magazine.
Sure.
But these are the most experienced palates on the planet.
Yes.
What did they have to say when they tried this hot dog? Quote, straight out of the package, the dogs were floppy with a kielbasa scent, nearly identical to real hot dogs. The dogs browned beautifully as they cooked. Each link developed a shiny, burnished crust as it plugged, just like the real hot dog. They go on. They were just the right amount of smoky and savory. Made us feel like we were sitting around a fire pit on the beach. They were all enthusiastically in agreement that each bite of the dog had a nice, crisp snap.
Which is always good for a hot dog.
And quote, a delicious hot dog is a delicious hot dog, regardless of the protein source. The Oscar Mayer proves that a plant-based dog can indeed be craveable. I want to try it.
I was going to say, we know what's on your dinner table tonight.
Well, it's not available nationwide yet, but it should be by the end of the year. But we should all give it a try. A little dog,
that's a 3 brilliant minute taste testing right here.
Ooh, good idea.
All right, Brad, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.